recently came up with a pool design, which the customers loved, and hired you to build their pool. And then you changed it, and now you've changed it again. How come? And why, if the first version was good enough, would you continue making changes?
Good enough is not good enough. If someone says, oh, that's fine, to me that's a failure. If it's not great and it's just fine, it's not worth doing. In that particular case, once I got involved in the terrain, got to thinking about sight lines and visuals, and from the original design, meeting them and designing something was one thing in mind. And on paper, it's one thing, but when you build in 3 dimensions, it's very different. Well, after the initial design, which they thought was great, and I got to thinking about what it would look like when it was built, I realized what was missing and what could be better. And instead of going, oh, that'll be good enough, oh, that'll be fine, I realized there's opportunity to make it spectacular, to make it great, and I would not be doing service to my customer if I just made something that was fine. Fine is sort of the cream of the crap and the crap of the cream, meaning average at best. You're just good enough that it's okay, or just crappy enough that it's acceptable. I don't ever want to be there. That's being average, and average is okay. Most companies are quite average. If we're not spectacular, I don't want to exist. I have no interest in being average anymore. My interest is being great at what I do and pushing my envelope. And for me to give that customer an okay design based on the original information, it was a fine design for that. But when I reevaluated what it could be, and when I got to thinking about sight lines, and I got thinking about the only way I want to do it is if it's spectacular, and the only way that I would want to move forward with this project would be to make sure that I put their best interest at heart, and all of the issues that might come up if they build it the original way we wanted to build it, I would not be happy with the outcome. And they might still be thrilled with it, but I think they're so much better. And in this case, that's why the redesign. And then as I thought through that redesign, after having spent all the time and effort to redesign it, and thought, wait, there's still a better way, I want to redesign it again and make it that better way because it makes way more sense. And it ultimately makes me feel better with who I am and living in the living legendary way that we do. Let's do the best that we can do, not let's do okay. Let's be the crap of the cream or the cream of the crap. Let's be average. Never. Fine is not good enough. Awesome is good enough.